Alrighty, welcome to 3 on 3. We've got a great squad. It's me, Mac, and Tom Martell. Two people from the same high school, actually. Me and Tom both went to Bishop O'Dowd in Oakland, California, our alma mater, battling against the Smasher, Forbane and Max Capone. So these are the Austrians once again. We've got our long-standing series against them, and, well, we got a good squad this time, and a pretty decent pack. I'm going to take Strip Mine here. I love first picking Strip Mine, and unlike the draft from a few days ago, someone's not going to randomly take my Ramanop. Well, it might not show up. We'll see. I am passing to Max Capone, who's probably going to take Lelia, and that leaves Martell with hopefully one of the white cards. Reprieve is the best white card. Smasher maybe takes Bauble, maybe takes another white card. It's a little unclear once you're that many picks in, and then there's, of course, Liliana of the Veil. But I think I take Strip Mine, and I think Liliana, Reprieve, Lelia, Bauble, and one other are going to go. No green cards here, which is something to keep in mind. But I am going to first pick the Strip Mine, and then maybe I second pick Vampiric Tutor, because Max, so it's interesting. This is actually why I really like drafting. We've got these challenges here with the same squad. So Max frequently drafts red-black, but he's also aware that we know that. So he's very capable of pivoting. Everyone here is very good, and we've drafted each other so many times. So I think I still will take Vamp, though. It's tricky because Verdant goes really well with Strip Mine, because Verdant sets up Renin 6, Crucible, that sort of thing. Though Vamp also helps with those. You can just go Tutor for the other piece of it. I think I still am supposed to take Vamp because he took Lelia. Like, if he first picked a red or black card, then took Lelia, he's just going to take Vamp here. I think I take Vamp. I think the two fetches, probably Skyclave, Othari, are going to get taken, and maybe one of the other cards, and maybe I'll get like a Raucous Theater or a Jetmir's Garden back. All right, I will do that for now. And now I can just take Prismatic Vista, because I still get my fetch. Here's where all the blue cards are. There's Skydiver, Dress Down, Cryptic Echo. Still passing Council's Judgment, hopefully through to Tom. We'll see. Tom does like the unfair decks a little bit more, so it's a little worrisome. But I still think I'm supposed to take Prismatic Vista here, pass a Bankbuster, a Bonehorde Dracosaur. So what's going to get taken? Raugrin Triumph, Bankbuster, Council's Judgment, Skydiver. Probably not Echo. Probably not Usher, unless there might be two white drafters. My first pack had a lot of white cards. Maybe Cryptic gets taken. Pretty decent chance like Copperline Gorge and Elves of Deep Shadow come back if I'm interested in either of those. Yeah, I mean, this is a solid start. If I obviously didn't have the team dynamics to consider, I would have taken Verdant Catacombs. This pack's got a lot of cards. There's a Lion's Eye Diamond, a Mana Drain, Balance, Grist, so some strong ones. Also, Zeator's Proving Ground. I think I'm just going to take the Mana Drain. It's just the best card. I don't love passing like a Blood Tithe. I could not take Drain because I hadn't passed much blue until the last pack, but I think Drain is really strong. So even if they know about it, Drain is still very good. So what's going to get taken here? Grist, Scrubland, Proving Ground, maybe Brain Freeze, maybe Balance, maybe maybe LED. All right. I'm going to take the Drain here. I mean, I'll probably take Cryptic Coat now. I think Cryptic Coat is just a really good card. Haven't seen a single green card yet, so I mean, it's not like I really committed to green in any way, except it is good with Strip Mine in general. But Cryptic Coat's pretty good. I'll take that. And then here, there's a Spire Bluff Canal, which is good. I don't really want Regrowth or Elvish Spirit Guide. I think where I'm at, Spire Bluff's better than Silver Bluff Bridge. I don't think I'm in a position to take Plateau. Ovenwald Oddity. All right, I'll take Spire Bluff. I haven't passed much in the way of black. I haven't gotten past very many black or green cards. I've gotten past a lot of white cards. I haven't gotten past very many red cards, mostly white and blue cards. But also, this is just a 6-player draft, and the packs can kind of break weird sometimes. I feel like I could go in almost any direction. The most committal card I have is Mana Drain, and the most committed I am is to blue with 2 blue cards, but okay, Reprieve, Novice Inspector, and Giver of Runes all came back. So did Sinkhole, Land Destruction. So did Bauble. Am I supposed to try to jump into into white? I certainly could. Reprieve is just a really good card. Why don't I just take Reprieve? I think taking Reprieve over Bauble is okay. And then, well, there's 2 Baubles actually. Mishra's Bauble is the better of them, just in case it wasn't clear. just because you can look at your own top card and then crack a fetch if you want to shuffle it away. It's really powerful. So the 2 baubles are going to go. Maybe Emery or Name Sticker is going to go, and then some of the white cards. All right, I'll just take the 1 Reprieve. Maybe I move into white, maybe I don't. We'll just have to kind of see how these packs go. Oh, Othari came back, and I think I'm just going to take it. Oh, this looks like a good Othari deck, better than like an Intrepid Adversary or Esper Sentinel deck. Raucous Theater and Thopter Founder are still here, so all the fetches got taken. But it's fine. I don't even know if I'm going to play this Vamp. Not that the Verdant would have actually ended up great in this case anyway. And Mana Drain into Othari is fantastic. I have the Spire Bluff. I could just be leaning into a Jeskai deck. I'll take the Vamp out for the time being, though obviously that could change pretty easily. And then Council's Judgment. I do like that card. I also like Skydiver. There's also a Bank Buster in the pack. And the Bonehorde Dracosaur came back too. Interesting. I think Council's Judgment's pretty good. I'm kind of into that. At this point, it's looking like I'm going to draft white. So, all right, I'll take Council's Judgment. I've got some decent lands here. I'm still on the lookout for Crucible of Worlds, and maybe I've got the opportunity to splash Wrenn and 6, though that's not looking quite as easy as it could have been. Oh, Balance came back. This is a great Balance deck. It's actually fantastic with Cryptic Coat because you trade off the creature and then Balance. The coat's just sitting in play. Don't like Mystical Tutor here, but awesome pickup for Balance. Oh, and then there's a Prismatic Ending too. Okay, yeah. No, this is looking great. We switched into kind of like a white-blue control deck here, or Jeskai control deck. And then Eagles of the North is going to be good in this deck. Coveted Jewel is a good card, but this is not really a Coveted Jewel deck. There's actually 2 Tinker targets in the same pack. That's funny. So white's certainly open. I'm not convinced blue is open. Oh man, Novice Inspector and Timeless Dragon and Emery, but I just picked up Eagle. I think I just take Novice Inspector. I like that more than Timeless Dragon in general. And both Intrepid Adversary and Esper Sentinel. Wow, they're both pretty good. I think I'm going to take the Adversary here and then pass a last pick Esper Sentinel. I mean, hopefully Furbine does not put me on playing white. I got past a ton of white, but I moved in pretty late. I didn't waste very many picks, though. I just have the 1 Vamp. Otherwise, everything kind of fits nicely. All right, I think it's like, I'm feeling Ancestral Recall now. Time Walk would be nice, but like, I kind of get the vibe that it's Ancestral. I'm just here trying to manifest, just like Cryptic Coat. What do we got? How about none of those things? There's a Ramanop for my Strip Mine, but I don't really want to do that. Here's all the green cards. I could take Skull Clamp. I mean, I probably should. It's that or Chain Lightning. This is just kind of a weak pack, but Skull Clamp's good with Intrepid Adversary. It's okay with Novice Inspector. It's actually surprisingly okay with Balance, where you just have Skull Clamp in play and then you balance everything away and then you start using Clamp with the creatures left in hand. And I think I'm going to wheel Sanguine Evangelist or Elspeth. So yeah, I'll just take Clamp here. Plus, I think that Anton, who's passing me, is probably playing green, which this is kind of a bad pack to pass to them, but that's okay. All right, this pack, well, this pack's got Preordain and Flooded Strand, but this is looking like a Flooded Strand situation. I do like Preordain, but having another fetch means that maybe I do splash Ramanop. Flooded Strand goes with Eagles as incentive to pick up a blue-white duel or white-red, and though that plateau is gone, unfortunately. And I think I'd rather have Flooded Strand than Preordain. It is close. Preordain's going to get taken for sure, so is Top. Samwise might come back, another reason to take Flooded Strand. Oh, Samwise Strip Mine? Yes, please. Samwise Skull Clamp would be nice, too. Okay. I mean, this isn't the strongest pack, but I think that's all right. And then here, we've got Subtlety, Spell Queller, Ponder, Flicker Wisp, and Odonto Vanguard. Have a lot of action. I feel like I'm in the right colors. I kind of want to just take Ponder, because like I think either or both of the white cards will come back. Almost assuredly the white-blue card will come back. I don't have enough blue for Subtlety. There's also an Inspiring Advantage that maybe I snipe at some point, but Ponder's awesome, and I have a bunch of ways to shuffle. I've got Flood Strand, Prismatic Vista, Eagles of the North. So had I first picked almost anything but Skull Clamp, like, you know, something good, I would be pretty happy because I think that we're in really good shape here, but we're still pretty good regardless. Okay, we got kicked for a second, but we're back, and oh, we're back with a Parallax Wave. Yes, that's the reward for being in white. 4th pick Parallax Wave. We are extremely doing it. Maybe we'll even get back Glimmerlands because we're not getting back Snapcaster. Getting back Spar's Headquarters would be great too. So let's go ahead and grab the Parallax Wave here. And pass Snapcaster, Gristlebrand, him. I don't really care about much else. All right, well, slamming Parallax Wave. Oh, and there's a memory lapse. I'm gonna take that. All right, I gotta resort. Otherwise, it's gonna be really hard for me to like understand what's going on here. I have my system. Don't judge me. As for this pick, I think it's very clearly memory lapse. I like Mother of Runes, but like no one else is drafting white. Someone might move in. Everyone here is good, and we'll have identified what's underdrafted and adjust accordingly. But that being said, memory lapse is both better and way more likely to go into the other team's deck. So, all right, we picked up a memory lapse, which is perfect for this kind of deck. We've got our Skull Clamp adversary. All right, there we go. Back in business and looking really good with this setup. Oh wow, there's Oust here, but there's also Marsh Flats and Triumph of St. Catherine. I'm just gonna go for it all. I'm gonna take the Marsh Flats. I'm just gonna take another fetch here, and I would kill for a blue-white duel. Palantir is also good. So there's Palantir, Utopia Sprawl, Vindicate, Fatal Push, and then I want Malcolm, Oust, Triumph of St. Catherine. So I think I should get one of those back. All right. So the Sanguine Avengers didn't come back, but Elspeth did, though this actually is probably a Dig Through Time deck now. The fact that I took Skull Clamp is whatever. There is a Ramanop, but you know what? I'd rather not junk up my deck. None of my fetches help it except for the Prismatic Vista, and it might even come back again. Whereas with 3 fetches, Strip Mine, and a bunch of cantrips, Dig Through Time is actually just a busted card. Dig is an example of the kind of card I love in Cube. So on the one hand, you have cards, and I can even use my cards as examples, Strip Mine or Mana Drain. These cards are just good if you put them in your deck, right? Prismatic Vista, I suppose, is one of those cards, or even Memory Lapse. Like, those cards are strong. They're something like Drain or Memory Lapse is a reward for being in blue when you get one of those 5th or 6th pick, whatever, that sort of thing. But when you look at a card like Dig Through Time, Dig is about as good as almost even my best cards in this deck, but for most people's decks, even blue players, it's not going to be that good. And that I think is pretty neat. Okay, so here it's interesting. I could take Student of Warfare to go with Skull Clamp, but I kind of think I just take Talisman. Though actually Sensei's Divining Top is looking kind of nice too. Top with all these fetches is pretty sick. All right, I'll take the top, and then I'll probably ignore the Skull Clamp for the time being. And then this is a good Spell Queller setup over Adonto Vanguard and Inspiring Vantage. I think just Spell Queller is the kind of interaction I want. Get a last pick Coalition Relic maybe, or a last pick Adonto Vanguard. It is possible. Like I said, someone moved into white, but at this point I'm very happy with where I am. We've got the things I'm missing is I could use a blue-white duel. Unfortunately, the Spar's Headquarters didn't come back. There's a Hymn to Turok, which I'm not sure if I want to pass. At this point, it's pretty likely that Mr. Fourlegs here is playing black, but Zerda actually looks really good in this kind of deck. Yeah, I'll go with Zerda. It's pretty close, but I think Zerda is okay. And then I guess here there's 2 decent black cards. There's also, I could take Third Path Iconoclast. I was looking at Spellbook Vendor, but no, this is a Third Path deck. Third Path, if I can get a little bit more fixing, Third Path will just be perfect. Malcolm too, because now the Skull Clamp's back on the table, and that's pretty important. I like Zerda as a spec. We haven't seen either of the monoliths yet, and I guess I was somewhat close to companioning it. So now Malcolm versus Triumph. I'm just gonna go with Malcolm here. I think it's close. All right. See, look, I told you Ramanop was basically free. Maybe if the fixing works, and Talisman. I don't think I want Fugitive Codebreaker here all that much. I have a lot of spells, but I think the Talisman's actually going to be good. It's a good red fixing, which is what I needed. All right. Oh, and there's Ancestral. I told you I was feeling an Ancestral deck. All right, we're slamming Ancestral. Oh, this is a pack, though. Passing Minsk and Boo and Swords to Plowshares and Counterspell and Wild Miscalc's a tier below all those. And Noble. Okay, well, you know what? Max might not be in a position to easily play Minsk and Boo, even if he takes it. He's probably not going to be able to play Swords. No, I mean, anyone can play Swords. So the 5 cards that are going to be gone are Minsk, Noble, Swords, Counterspell, and maybe Dak or Miscalc. But I am extremely happy picking up Ancestral. This is such an Ancestral deck right now. Now I kind of wish I took him over Zerda. But I think we're looking great here. if I can pick up some duels, there's no duels in this pack. I really could use a white-blue duel. That would just unlock Marsh Flats and Eagles. Though I guess Flooded Strand and Vista already work pretty nicely. Raugrin Triome is gone, as far as I know. Yeah, that was in pack 1. Okay, this pack has Solitude, which I'm going to slam. There's also Undermounted Adventurer, but I don't feel like Max is... Max could be playing green, but he doesn't play green that often. I guess pack 2 didn't have tons of green. Either way, I'm taking Solitude here. I don't think I should take Undermountain. This is a really good Solitude deck. Not only can I just cast it, it's also I can flicker it with Parallax Wave, and it's the kind of card you want to use with Ancestral. So, and there's an Ephemerate, which not quite there on Ephemerate, but it's good to know because what's going to get taken after I take Solitude is definitely Undermountain, definitely Troll, almost assuredly Bitter Triumph as well, and then probably one of these lands, maybe a Jite, but a great Solitude deck. Oh, and there's a Hull Breacher. There's Windswept Heath, which doesn't do much for me. There's Mind Twist, which I don't think Max is black at this point. That late him was kind of weird. But either way, I think I just take Hull Breacher. It's not like I have any way to make use of it, but it's just a good hoser card. And who knows, maybe someone picks up on, or maybe I pick up a late draw 7. Though the Echo LED, that feels like a Martell thing. So we'll see where those ended up. Either way, I don't really want to pass Hull Breacher, so I'm not going to. Oh, there's a Fable? Okay, well, I'll take that. Oh, and there's also Elegant Parlor and Volcanic. This isn't the strongest pack, so if someone takes Pilgrim, someone takes Ancient Tomb, someone takes Blood Crypt, I have to hope someone wants Imidane's Recruiter or Invasion of Tarkir over one of those, but I'm not passing a card this good, so this is pick 4. All right, I just need a dual land, that's all I need. Well, I kind of got there. Savai Triome is a red-white land for Marsh Flats and Flooded Strand. That seems pretty important. So I'm going to take that. I would play Deduce, and so same with either Talisman, but one of the Talismans probably comes back. Passing a million green cards now. That's all right. And this was the last pick for a blue-white duel, so no blue-white duel for me. There is a Sail into the West, but that doesn't really work with Hull Breacher that well because they just choose not to discard. Like, obviously it's still fine because you get to use it and they don't, but I think I just take Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector is a great card. Maybe I'll get I'll get Lava Dart back almost assuredly. All right, so mana-wise, I really could have used a blue-white duel. The Spar's Headquarters was like the only one I saw in the entire draft. There's a Raugrin Triumph, but that was even before I knew I was blue-white. But I still have, I guess these two are both blue-white lands, Flooded Strand and Prismatic Vista. So I have 2 blue-white lands, a bunch of blue-red lands. Oh, Counterspell came back. All right. Oh, there's also DAC to go with Hull Breacher. But this is just such a Counterspell deck. It's like the most Counterspell deck that ever Counterspelled, and I have a lot of good 3s. So I'll take that. I don't think I'm getting anything back on the third go-round here, but getting Ancestral and Counterspell out of the same pack, that's pretty dope. Maybe I could get Aragorn back out of this pack here. I might be the only Jeskai player. I get to cut a few cards here too. Yeah, this is looking great. All right, Ephemerate came back, and so did Steamcore Scholar, but I've got to take Thundering Falls. It's a fetchable. Oh, it turns Flooded Strand into, it turns. No, it doesn't turn anything into into blue. I don't have a red fetch, but it still is just a great card. Having a Surveil duel is really nice, and Ephemerate probably even comes back again. Same, like I wouldn't mind a Steamcore Scholar either, but I'm going to take Thundering Falls here, and I like to separate into fetchables and fetch lands. And I don't really think I'm missing much. I'm not sure. I probably will end up cutting the Sensei's Top now that I look at this. I just don't have... Well, it's pretty good with Third Path. Oh, it's also kind of nice with Cryptic Code. No, and I have a million fetches. All right, I can see Sensei's Top. But right now I'm playing 14 lands with Eagles, so 15. It means I do need to cut some cards. I guess Intrepid Adversary can probably go. It's a pretty dicey Skull Clamp, to be honest. I definitely could see cutting that. Does Stomping Ground do anything for me? It doesn't, right? I guess I don't even have a way to fetch it because I was looking at this Ramanop to go with my Strip Mine. There's also Mana Confluence, but I hate Mana Confluence in control decks. I might just take Kitesail Larcenist. I think this card's pretty good. Maybe I just sideboard the Hull Breacher. That's definitely a possibility. I could take out the Adversary. Adversary is kind of nice with Third Path. You get to make your whole squad big. I just need to cut one thing. Oh, Elegant Parlor came back. Nice. So that makes... Oh, I already have Savai Triumph, so it doesn't actually change. It still doesn't change anything, but I still just want another land here. I don't really need either of these. Imidane's Recruiter is, I think, still a pretty good card, but I'm already cutting spells, so adding another land is nice. I don't love that I have 3 tap lands, but it's not the end of the world. All right, it's going to be interesting building here because I really don't know how many, whether I want to play Skull Clamp or not. Okay, Deduce versus Talisman. I don't think a second Talisman is that exciting. Deduce is kind of nice. I'm passing a late Titania, but I just don't... Max passed me a super late Ramanop, so there's not really any deck that could use one and not the other, whereas Deduce I actually think could be pretty good here. And then Lava Dart has its applications for sure. So Lava Dart with Iconoclast is pretty nice. I guess I'll take Reckless Stormseeker. It's the best card there. I'll hit a Regisaur. I'm not playing Restless Prairie, and then sure, a Golos. All right, this deck's pretty nice. Let's get to building and see where we ended up. All right, did some deck building. This one was a little tougher. Consulted with the Oracles, my team, and ended up cutting the Hull Breacher because we think they're on 2 green decks. I'll side it in if it's good, but I don't really have any combos with it. Cutting one of the Thrabins and a Talisman, leaving in Third Path Skull Clamp combo. Skull Clamp only works on Malcolm or Third Path, but so good with Third Path, and I have a lot of ways to dig. Literally dig, but also like Fable, Ponder, of course, Ancestral Recall. So I think balance is good against all the green decks and playing all the other powerful cards. The mana base is rough. 1 blue-white land would have given me an additional 2 free sources, but you know, you play the cards you're dealt, and I still think this deck's pretty good. So let's take a look at what Martel and Mac are up to. Well, Martel's got a Mana Crypt and a Force of Will. Those are nice. Otherwise, like, this deck doesn't really do anything. It's got good cards: Bolt, Chain, Swords, Daze. Like I said, Force of Will. A Palace Jailer that's a little rough on the mana. He's got 2 fetches, Plateau, and a couple black duels. Splashing a DT. He's got Medane's Recruiter, Esteem Core Scholar. It's just kind of like a stuff deck, which can be a little tough. Though that Hymn to Turok's in his sideboard, so I don't mind that I passed that. On the other hand, Max deck is super clean. Pearl, Soul Ring, Mono White with like Elspeth, Skyclave, Flicker Wisp. Bunch of good 2s, Mother of Runes, Giver of Runes, Mana Tithe, Oust, Student Usher, and a Urza Saga. So as long as Tom gets 1, I think we're in decent shape. But let's get to the matches and find out. All right, time for round 1. Battling against Anton here, and I like this hand. I don't even need Ancestral on turn 1. I'm going to go turn 1 Savai Triumph. Turn 2, I'll have Memory Lapse plus Reprieve up. Memory Lapse is a little bit more appealing, because if they play like a 2-drop, you want to lapse it so they draw a 2-drop on turn 2. And then if you know, as opposed to reprieving it, and then I'll probably fire off. Oh, and another reason to cast Memory Lapse here is, oh geez, all right, well, let's Memory Lapse that, is I can Ancestral and then Reprieve. So a little scary here. I'm going to Ancestral myself. Okay, well, that sucks. Ancestral miss a land drop where all I needed to do was reprieve the channel for a turn and then counterspell or mana drain it when it came down again. But you know, so it goes. I assume channel's coming down. It'd be kind of strange if it didn't. I mean, what you now know the way is clear. So let's see what gets channeled into play. There are some cards I could deal with. Kitesail Larcenist goes a long way. Triplicate Titan? Okay. You know what? That's beatable. I just need to draw a land here. What's that? Oh, a Palantir of Orthonc? Sure. Also potentially beatable. But I really do need to draw a land. All right. I would not have you draw a card. Milda Gristlebrand, and I didn't draw a land again. Okay. Now I'm pretty dead. I guess I'll crack the clue and still not draw a land. All right. I mean, I guess I don't need to concede, but don't really see how I can win. I mean, I guess I go to 3. I have to give Palantir cards. All right. So I go to 3, you get to draw a card. I guess if I draw a land, I can play a Kitesail Larcenist on the Triplicate Titan and hope that that is good enough. Land would also be... So if I go land, I go like Larcenist into maybe Parallax Wave. Yeah, you can draw a card. All right, there's a land. I, again, somehow think this is not likely to do it. Okay. Get Triplicate Titan. And I'm actually going to get my Thraben Inspector too. I think Thraben turning into a treasure is going to be better. But obviously, seems unlikely that this is going to pan out for me here. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could play Parallax Wave. Parallax Wave is good against this style of deck for sure. Prismatic Ending looks a little less good, though. I guess it can kill Palantir. So Vitram was also kind of nice. Gets my Prismatic Ending up to 4 if I need it to be. If I can draw... I mean, I like my combo matchup in general. If I can just draw hands that don't have no lands for 5 cards in a row when I Ancestral or whatever. But, yeah, what can you do? What am I hoping for here? I'm hoping somehow Anton just plays no cards when drawing 2 cards a turn off Palantir plus a Scry 2. So... what can you do? I could have reprieved on turn 2 to up my chances of drawing a land, but I just don't think that's the right play because it's so much more likely that I end up in a spot where I Ancestral into a Plains and then can't cast a spell. Oh, we're sacking the treasure? Okay. What are we doing with that treasure? A 4-mana play here. Into Corpse Dance. All right, yeah, that'll do it. All right, down a game. All right, so looking at sideboarding, playing against a big stuff deck, I mean, I definitely want Hull Breacher. I don't think I want Skull Clamp anymore. That's just not what I'm trying to be doing here. Balance, I think, actually could still be fine. I'm just trying to see, do I want Novice Inspector, Intrepid Adversary, Stormseeker? I don't really think I want any of those. No, I think this is probably fine. I've got good removal. I mean, Prismatic Ending is on the weak side, but it does kill the Palantir, which is nice, and they usually have like something. That's what part of why Prismatic Ending is so good. It just always has like decent targets. All right, I'd like to play first. Yeah, I'll keep this. So here I'm gonna go Island Go, cycle Eagles for Elegant Parlor, turn 2 Parlor, turn 3 Fable, and then I guess I hope I don't get channeled, but Council's Judgment goes a long way towards stopping that. Yeah, balance is also not terrible at that either. Second Island. I could probably bin that. I kind of feel like with Fable, I'll get to look at enough new cards that I'm not too worried. Prism for 2, okay. Didn't fire off a channel at least. I'm still just going to play Fable here. I think that like I've got good answers. Fable just puts like such a good threat into play. Like this progresses my game plan, and yeah, it gives Anton a turn here to play something, but on my turn it's pretty hard to play something that doesn't get answered by one of Balance, Parallax Wave, or Council's Judgment, not to mention the Prismatic Ending. And the extra treasure could let me leave up Spell Queller at some point here too. So I feel pretty good about, but I also felt pretty good about game 1. That Ancestral into a miss was just, it's going to haunt my dreams if I lose this match. So what I don't want to see is something like Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Bitter Reunion, okay. If I get Gristlebranded here, that is going to be annoying. Oh, Shadowgrange Archfiend. I don't care too much about that. I mean, it's good, but it's going to eat my Goblin here. And draw. Okay, I'll use the Fable ability. I'll definitely discard Prismatic Ending. I kind of want to balance here. What was my second discard? I don't have to discard another card. Yeah, actually, I don't think I will. All right, let's play Sensei's Top. And then I don't want to lose a land, so I'm just going to cast Balance to kill the Shadowgrange and make Anton discard 2 cards. And then next turn, I get to follow it up with one of those big things. Oh, good answers at least. And then I get to play Plains. Ooh, also Fable plus Spell Queller. Does that do anything? Not actually that much, because you can like copy the Spell Queller something, and then when it dies, they just get to play it. So it's not like you're really doing too much. The one thing about balancing here is that I am giving Anton the ability to discard like a Gristlebrand or something for a potential Corpse Dance, but oh, never mind. I guess that's not happening. All right, all those get shuffled back in, which is nice. Then I play a land and say go Sensei's Top, letting me store value in a card here. Worked out pretty nicely. End of turn, going to spin the top, make a reflection token, or flip the Fable into a reflection, and then what do I do from there? I guess, I mean, we'll see what my top is, and we'll see what gets played here. Oh, all right, if this is a Gristlebrand hitting me this turn, then we're gonna have a hard time. That's for sure. I feel like I'm always just one turn behind here. The Shadowgrange killing the Fable was what definitely led to this like sequence where we go back and forth, and I keep being behind one. But if I get to untap here, then I would not mind. I would not mind that at all. The longer, man, I looked up how to pronounce Forbane in German, but I keep Forbane. I don't remember. Someone will tell me in the comments again. I'm sorry. I try to be accurate with those things. 4 legs, I know is what it means. Well, hopefully we've knocked out 2 legs. Hopefully we can get the last 2. But if I get a turn here without anything, then I feel pretty good. Obviously, if a Gristlebrand gets Corpse Danced here, I'm probably going to lose. But the longer Mr. Fourlegs here takes to decide, the less likely it is that that's going to happen, right? If you had Gristlebrand in hand and Corpse Dance in hand, you would just discard 2 cards and then go Corpse Dance the Gristlebrand. So I feel okay about this. All right, Coalition Relic and Channel got discarded. Yeah, that in fact does make me feel okay. What is this? Show and Tell. Okay. I'll put a Parallax Wave in. Torsten. Okay. So that's not bad. What do you get? Oh, and the brick. Got an Overgrown Tomb, a Bone Shards, a Swamp, and a Silver Bluff. All right. Not bad at all. And then there's Cryptic Coat and Mana Drain. Cryptic Coat Sensei's Top is a pretty spicy combo. I guess I want to leave up Spell Queller. So what I think I'm going to do is go Thundering Falls like this. The Parallax Wave goes down 1. I can go Thundering Falls. He's got 3 lands in hand. I'm just going to top again to see if there's something bad. I guess I don't mind milling Deduce, so let's do that. All right. I just wanted to see if I could get value. You know, I don't care about those lands because I'm going to play Thundering Falls here. And I'll put this in my graveyard. And then now, Spell Queller or Parallax Wave the Torsten. If it was a Triplicate Titan, I'd be more inclined to. I don't really want to Parallax Wave the Torsten. I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. It seems pretty likely that something gets cast for Spell Queller, but I guess we'll see. And I can also just take 7 off the Torsten the first time. It doesn't really matter if I take a little bit of damage. All right, what do we got? Flashing Back, Faithless Looting. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Kind of a bummer to waste some mana this turn, but I think I'm okay with that. Discard the Silver Bluff and the Overgrown Tomb, sure. Commercial District. I kind of wonder if I'm supposed to play Spell Queller anyway. So if I Parallax Wave that, then Torsten's just going to come back in a few turns. I don't really like that. I think I'm just going to take it. Go to 13. End of turn. I'll just spin the top. Ooh, Thraben Inspector. Okay. So let's leave Mana Drain on top. Let's draw Thraben Inspector. And then now I've got Spell Queller and Mana Drain up, and I have Thraben Inspector that I can copy with the Reflection to block the Torsten. And then I'm going to kind of end up wasting this Parallax Wave, though before it goes out, I'll probably Parallax Wave the Reflection and the Thraben Inspector. So, because if I Parallax Wave Reflection, I get the whole Fable once again. Okay, now I kind of like where I'm at. And if I Mana Drain something juicy, then I get to sink that mana into like Cryptic Code and Cracking Clues, which is pretty productive as well. All right, I feel good about this. Kind of a wild deck I'm playing against. Basically no white, but like 5-color combo, 4-color combo. It's got like Channel, Show and Tell, Corpse Dance, just like all the combos. Generally, the kind of deck I have is very good against that deck because I have just a bunch of counter spells and exile effects. So as long as I can hold here, I kind of feel like I have all the tools I need to win this game, but it might be tough to do so. All right, in comes Torsten, I'm sure. Oh no, not even bothering. Okay, let's go. Let's see, there's nothing to Corpse Dance, so I'm gonna try to copy the Thraben. Okay, I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna crack a clue and draw the Mana Drain, and then I'm gonna spin the top because that gives me more looks. At this point, I would love to find lands. Yeah, we'll put this in this order, and then Parallax Wave goes down to 2 here. Play my land. I'm not going to bother attacking with Thraben Inspector. That's a waste of everyone's time. All right, pass the turn. And kind of have full control here. Are we working up to a hardcast Gristlebrand? Let's see. I'm going to want to copy the Thraben and crack the clue. Actually, I kind of want to draw Malcolm first now. And I actually don't think I need to use the Parallax Wave here. The reason I don't feel inclined to use Parallax Wave is I've got Reflection making tokens here. I don't, and I'm tapping out here, but I'm not worried about, there's not that much that can happen. I just don't think I need to take the Reflection off the board. So I think I'd rather just leave it in play in case something weird happens. It's also a little better defensively to have that. All right, let's attack and hit with Malcolm. Draw, discard Savai Triome. I don't love not playing a land here, but I think it's okay. I have enough mana to do all the things I need. I don't need to like go out of my way to try to hit a land drop. And I don't really need to play the Cryptic Coat either. So not sacking Waterlogged Grove is a pretty big tell that I think a hardcast Gristlebrand or something that costs a lot of mana is on the horizon. Though it's also possible it's the only blue source that Anton has, so he wants to keep that in case he's got blue spells he wants to cast. Oh, Flash. Let's Spell Queller the Flash. Let's see. So let's go Spell Queller. And I think I'm going to Parallax Wave the Spell Queller in response. So the reason I'm doing this is I don't think this Parallax Wave is doing much for me. And then now the Flash is just gone forever. And I don't have to worry about Spell Queller dying for that to matter. And I still have Mana Drain up. So I'm not too worried about that. I have a blocker for Torsten by copying Thraben. I don't even really need to do that. So Anton could have flashed in at the end of my turn when I tapped out, but there was 2 counters on the wave still. So the wave actually did something there too. It made it so it couldn't, like flashing in Triplicate Titan's pretty ineffective with a 2 counter Parallax Wave. I would just use both counters. All right, here comes Gristlebeezy. And here comes 8 mana. Thank you very much. And no point in attacking here. I'm going to go end of turn, copy the Thraben. Spell Queller is going to come back into play here. And I have 8 mana, so I'm going to crack some clues. I'll just draw for my turn. Hull Breacher. I would like to keep that one under wraps if I can. All right, let's crack a clue. Let's crack a clue. And now I guess I will Sensei's Top. Counterspell, Memory Lapse, Solitude. Whew. I kind of don't want to play Cryptic Coat, given that that this is the circumstances. Let's ponder first. Not shuffle. I'll spin the top once. And yeah, I don't mind putting Strip Mine under Cryptic Coat here. Play the Cryptic Coat. Got a Strip Mine under there, and then I used all my mana drain mana, and then I attack for, oh, I guess this just came into play. Attack for 2, and next turn, I mean, I should have good enough for lethal. Oh, I forgot to spin the top again because Malcolm is not optional. I'm just going to discard Council's Judgment. I just don't think I need to discard a counterspell, and I think I'm likely enough to win that I don't really need to show a Hull Breacher, because Anton could easily like flashback Faithless Looting into 3 mana, or maybe even activate Gristlebrand if he's not thinking about Hull Breacher. Next turn, I assume I've got lethal here. Yeah, because I can copy Spell Queller. Oh, that's the other thing. I also have copy Spell Queller up. Though I suppose I didn't need Memory Lapse because I can't cast Counterspell and Memory Lapse, but yeah, whatever. Either way, I think we've got this game pretty much on lockdown. In fact, I'm not even going to Hull Breacher the Waterlogged Grove because I just don't think there are cards that can really get Anton out of this. Yeah, Fiery Islet. If you crack that one too, it's just game. I mean, I have 7 points of unblockable with the Cryptic Coat chilling here too. So, looking pretty good. All right, what is this? Necromancy. Yeah, I guess I'll just Spell Queller that. And I can still counter at end of turn, I guess, but this stops it for the time being. Do you attack with Torsten? I guess I'll block, because it just goes back on the stack. So all that does is kind of delay things. Memory Lapse actually doesn't work that well against Fiery Islet, though. Of course, Fiery Islet is it wouldn't leave them enough mana. Okay. Memory Lapse. I'm just not going to bother. All right. Go into game 3. All right. So yeah, this Prismatic Ending is like not sounding very good for me. All I need is cards that stop me from getting cheesed, but I really don't have that many of those, so I think I'm just going to put maybe he's got Oath of Druids in his deck. Maybe I do want Prismatic Ending over Novice Inspector. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, we're on the draw. Basically, I need him to either not like turn to me or to let me get some exile action. I'm going to keep this. He's mulling. I mean, this hand has no planes or white cards, which is kind of unfortunate because my white cards answer the things he puts into play fairly well. Council's Judgment, Parallax Wave are all like Solitude are all excellent. But I mean, I'm not going to mulligan an Ancestral hand, obviously. And I do have a Hull Breacher as well. So do I play this Thundering Falls? I'm assuming no. I just Ancestral turn 1. If I need to discard on turn 2, that's fine. And we'll see. So I have 7 cards. I go to 8. He moved to 6 here. I really don't want to see I really don't want to see, but ideally not seeing a green land on turn 1 would be good. Because that means that turn 2 channel's not on the table. But honestly, the thing I'm most scared against is an early Gristlebrand, because that draws enough cards that even if I answer it, he could easily still win the game. Channel into a Triplicate Titan. It worked game 1, but that was game 1 where I just didn't play a land on turn 3. Most of the time, this deck can deal with that. Not always. And in fact, this hand is kind of ill-equipped to deal with it, but we'll see what we draw. Classic. Let's just pass here. Actually, I'm just going to upkeep Ancestral. No reason to wait, I don't think. Okay, Solitude, Parallax Wave. Oh, Prismatic Ending doing work with Solitude. All right, now channel Triplicate. I would like choose for him to channel Triplicate Titan. I'm not going to get to Strip Mine on turn 2 because I need to play a Malcolm or I have to discard 2 cards, so I'll probably just do that. But this is the kind of setup I'm basically looking for. Bitter Reunion, yeah. No Hole Breacher to stop that, unfortunately. Discard a Forest. Okay, that's not so bad. Savai Triumph. Let's just go Island Malcolm. And then discard. I think I actually discard Thundering Falls here. I'd rather play Savai Triumph as my tap land. And I'm probably still going to want to play Hole Breacher next turn. I hope I don't get Show and Tell this turn. But... oh, I guess I'm not. Okay. I'm not getting channeled either. And Malcolm should be good at finding something. Oh, all right. Oath of Druids. Interesting. So now an untapped white would be really nice. I like it. All right, let's hit with the Malcolm here first. Draw and discard. Now I think I discard Savai Triumph. I might just discard Cryptic Coat. Yeah, I'm just going to discard. It's close. I really don't want to discard my double white card. Yeah, I'll discard the Cryptic, or my second white land, so I'm just not going to. Get a Plains, and then Prismatic Ending, Oath of Druids. Yoink. Pass the turn. And then next turn I go Strip Mine plus Hole Breacher, or probably just Savai Triumph Hole Breacher. Unless I have a particular reason to think I should Strip Mine. He discarded lands to... he like commercial districted away a swamp and then Bitter Reunion away a forest. So it doesn't feel like he's short on lands. Oh, okay. Palantir of Orthonk. Okay. Well, I have Hole Breacher for that. So, oh, and he revealed his hand is Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, and Bone Shards. All right, well, I'm going to take the first hit from the Palantir no matter what he does. So I guess I should technically look if he keeps cards on top or not. Just to see, at the very least, to see how lucky he is. Let's see. Palantir, top, bottom. One of each. We'll see. And you're not drawing a card either way. And then my next turn, with Overgrown Tomb in hand, yeah, I don't think I'm going to Strip Mine, because getting my second white into play is a pretty high value. 2 top. Have a draw card. No, I take some damage. All right, Shadowgrange Archfiend was the damages. All right, play Savai Triumph. And hit, oh, I guess I actually didn't need to play Savai Triumph. Oh, because I could have drawn something. Well, it's okay. I'll discard Island here. So, end of turn, just going to fire off that Bazaar of Baghdad is the real question. I'm really glad I didn't give him the Shadowgrange, though. And then, in response to Palantir next turn, I'm going to play the Hole Breacher. So, didn't Bazaar. Has these cards in hand. And Hole Breacher is different than Narset and Leovold. You actually kind of don't want to play Narset against Palantir because you have to take the damage because you can't make them draw a card. Hole Breacher replaces the draw. So instead you draw a treasure. So they are allowed to draw, which means you can Hole Breacher and let them draw. So I think that's going to be pretty good. And we'll see. He's got 4 cards in hand. We know 3 of them. Drawing Counterspell is nice, though honestly, Solitude goes a long way too. Like I said, this is the nightmare matchup for Anton here. I've got all exile effects and counterspells. Like, that's really not what you want to see in your combo deck. It's hard for him to combo because my counterspell can trade for multiple of his cards if he has to set a combo up. And then when he does combo, often I can just play a Parallax Wave, Council Judgment, Solitude, any of those things just answer whatever it is that I'm worried about. So obviously Ancestral Recall is very helpful for part of this. Okay, Overgrown Tomb done. Okay, in response to that, Hole Breacher, I'll let you Palantir it up. And then, would I let you draw a card? Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. So basically now I just keep counterspell up. I'm 5 a turn is plenty. And then I have strip mine as well. I'm going to strip mine the Overgrown Tomb just to make it that much harder on bone shards here. And then I've even got these answers. And on draw a card? Yes, you can draw a card. And I assume no answer to Hull Breacher given it resolved and then the Palantir happened. So this works out pretty nicely. All right, my turn. Othari. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. That would just be foolish. Let's I might be able to in a turn here because I'm going to get to get another treasure off of the Palantir next turn, assuming this all works out. But for the time being, I just don't think that's a good idea. Oh, third path is probably more interesting. It's 11. Yeah, that does 5. Let's just discard Othari. It's fine. Play strip mine the Overgrown Tomb. Play third path, and then I have counterspell up with the treasure token. That's pretty, not quite lethal, but obviously like very close to it. And then I still have all these answers. Still had all these. At some point, if I had the mana, I would also like play the Parallax Wave out, but I don't really think I need to do that right now. Certainly, you don't get to use Bazaar anymore with a Hull Breacher in play. And this has to be just about game, I would say. All right, that'll do it. We got round 1. Oof, close one. All right, time for round 2, playing against the Smasher on a like Sultai, Fallen Shinobi, Questing Beast sort of deal. This hand's great. Let's go Thundering Falls. If I see a white source, yeah, I'm definitely keeping that on top. Pass. I'm still not going to play that land on turn 2. I'm just going to play Spire Bluff, but then I have Mana Drain into Fable, which is a pretty nice one. Oh, turn 1 Mox, okay. Turn 1 Sakura Tribe Elder. That's actually fine, because that just means I get to Mana Drain something a little bigger. Spire Bluff Canal, your turn. And pass here. And Smasher has Subtlety in deck, so if they pass, I'll just probably pass back. I could also just play Fable. Like, you can't Subtlety the Fable. I have Solitude and Prismatic Ending. It feels kind of good to just play that. It's not like I have a million counter spells. I just have 1, and Fable's such a messed up card. That being said, getting to Mana Drain something gets me all the mana back that I would have spent on this. Yeah, I'm not seeing any... looking at the... I guess the card I'd be worried about would be Feywild Caretaker. Reckoner Bankbuster. No, I don't really want that to resolve, I don't think. Yeah, let's just Mana Drain it. Okay, getting miscalced, sure. And I think I'm just going to play Fable now. I'll crack the Strand. I guess I don't really need to crack the Strand, because I don't hate drawing a white. All right. I mean, pretty sick to have Bankbuster plus Miscalc up, but I don't mind this so much. If Smasher plays something big, I get to attack and just hardcast Solitude and then play Parallax Wave. And if I have a little time, I might just Prismatic Ending the Reckoner Bankbuster. Oh, huh. So this is kind of interesting. So let's first do this. I'm going to definitely discard Savai Triumph. I'm just going to discard Island as well. All right. Well, that didn't work as well as I was hoping. But let's get Plains, and let's go Prismatic Ending on the Reckoner Bankbuster here. And if Smasher doesn't use it, then just definitely has Subtlety. Let's just chill then. I don't really need to attack here. Play Subtlety end of turn if you want. It's fine. I'll get a chance to use it. Oh, Endurance. Sure. That's also fine. And then, oh, wow. Yeah, actually attacking wouldn't really have worked either way because if I go to, oh, I guess I let Smasher block and then Solitude after block so they don't crew. I think you could shuffle my graveyard back. Like, Smasher it puts a mana drain back, but Prismatic Ending's kind of weak, and then there's 3 lands in there. All right, nothing's fine too. I just hated keeping Island when I had a need for white mana. It seemed kind of bad. Oh, we're getting Fallen Shinobi'd? Yeah, that's fine. I've got Solitude here. I am going to exile Council's Judgment, I think. Oh man, if Smasher has Subtlety here, it's going to be so gross. But, oh, I guess I have to put this on the bottom. All right. Well, I mean, we'll see what gets hit. Spell Queller Balance. Yeah, that's actually not so bad. I would like to draw a white source. That would be nice. Balance literally doesn't do anything. You could put it on the stack, it does literal nothing. And Spell Queller is just a 2/3. Parallax Wave is also nice at stealing back my creatures here. So I got to keep that in mind. And then next turn, I mean, drawing a white source would be nice. All right, balance, played a land in balance to get me down to 1 card in hand. All right, well, that's fine. You basically used a land to make me discard a Malcolm. That's acceptable. Strip mine. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that I have to attack here to get my treasure token, but it is necessary. All right, land, Parallax Wave. Wave goodbye to your little friend. And then I think I'm just going to kill the Yavimaya. He's got way more green cards in his deck. All right, we're both on basically no resources after all that. That worked out okay. Now, of course, he had the green. Parallax Wave, the Fallen Shinobi. I'll let the Spell Queller hit me for now. I don't really need to take it back or anything. And time for me to draw a Thraben Inspector. That's what we're talking about. Or, of course, Ancestral Recall would be nice. Skull Clamp, interesting. All right, let's go Skull Clamp. Equip Clamp. We'll send for 3 here. So I guess killing black would have worked out a lot better. I could reset all these, but I don't really want to because I don't have cards to discard either because the Fable would come back and flip. I am going to want to... I think I'm going to keep the land in hand for now. I'm going to attack, I guess. Questing Beast is the main reason not to attack. Oh, Endurance. Okay. Right, that was his last card. I, for some reason, just blanked on that. Yeah. Do I want Endurance to... Or do I want this to draw me 2 cards? I kind of think I just do. That seems fine to me. I don't know. Oh, Dig Through Time? That is money. Let's go land go. Or I guess I'll just dig now. There's cards I could play, I suppose. And I guess I don't really have any way to get cards out of my graveyard or anything, so let's go dig. What are we hitting here? Oh, we got some action. That we do. I kind of want Third Path to go with Skull Clamp here. Yeah, definitely want Third Path. And I think I want Sensei's Top. And then I can go Sensei's Top, go. Pass the turn. And I can Parallax Wave these 2 things. Well, they attack. I mean, assuming that's the attack. Parallax Wave, Endurance. Parallax Wave Spell Queller. No spell comes back. Okay. And if Smasher didn't draw anything here, then I think I'm in great shape, because I'm going to get to spin top. Deduce Eagles of the North, Reprieve. Yeah, that actually seems fine too. I have 5 mana. Oh, maybe actually kind of wanted the other order, but that's fine. Okay, all these idiots come back. They get to endurance themselves if they want. That's fine too. And then I get to go third path. Prismatic Vista is not really what I want right now in terms of lands, I guess, with the top. But let's go third path Iconoclast. Sensei's top, make a token. And then pass. Yeah, I guess Reprieve's actually not that hot. No, this looks fine. Because now I'm just going to pass the turn. Fallen Shinobi gets chumped. I take 3 off Endurance. I'm fine with that. And then I go Crack Vista, Deduce, make a token, draw a card, get a Plains off the Prismatic Vista. I could also just go for the triple block. Yeah, I guess I actually like that more. Plains. Let's stop on upkeep here. Deduce. And draw. And then go block, block, block on Shinobi. And if you have a way to kill one of these, that also just really doesn't matter, because that just means my third path doesn't die. Spellcaller once again has no trigger. Land go. Probably a little too lucky. It would be pretty lucky to get another turn of nothing, but I guess we'll have to see. I'm going to draw with top so I can cast top and make a token with third path. And even if third path gets dealt with, I don't feel like I'm in terrible shape here. All right, what is this? Reanimate on Subtlety. Sure. I'm at 6. I don't feel too bad about that. All right, I'm just going to upkeep draw. I don't really want to spin top because I feel like, that's funny, that was the card that was there before. I feel like I have a lot of, I'm going to spend a lot of mana this turn. I'm going to draw with top. Oh. Huh, 1 card in hand. I think I just cast Subtlety this turn then. Upkeep. I don't think they have very many more counter spells. I'm worried about Questing Beast. I just want to make sure I don't get Questing Beast. All right. Attack with both, I would assume. Okay, let's cast Solitude. Pretty important to cast this because I want to be able to attack back with it. Okay, Solitude, the Subtlety. And I'm just going to take 3 here. Go to 3. Don't really see too much of a risk of that. Mana Confluence. Into go. All right. Draw my top. Let's just attack here. I don't think I need to equip or anything like that. All the flash elementals are gone now. Hold on. Before we equip Skull Clamp, let's cast Sensei's Top. Basically, with Sensei's Top and Skull Clamp and Third Path, every time I draw a card, or every time I cast top, I make a 1/1, then I draw a card, and then I Skull Clamp a 1/1, redraw the clamp, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to play Marsh Flats yet. Let's make another 1/1. I'm at 12 cards in deck. Yeah, we can draw 1 more. All right, well, Skull Clamp is doing its job. I guess actually instead I'll just Ancestral down to 9 cards in deck. Yeah, that should be fine. Redraw the top anyway and play top, leaving up Reprieve. I guess I could have tapped differently from the start of the turn to leave up Counterspell, but I think we're going to be fine here. And I mean, next turn I just have lethal. I have lethal on the board right now. Oh, can't reprieve that. Wouldn't have been lethal, but obviously I still don't really want Questing Beast to resolve. And that should basically do it. All right, whew, we got game one. All right, looking at sideboarding. Do I want to Hold Breacher? It stops. It's good against Reckoner Bankbuster, but that's like about it. I kind of want another Novice Inspector just for more blockers for Fallen Shinobi. Balance, I think, is going to be good. Cryptic Coat's going to be good. I do want Kite Sail Larcenist. I mean, I kind of like all the cards I have. Malcolm looks like it's at its worst, because Malcolm is not good against Endurance or Subtlety. So, yeah, let's take out that and just put in the Inspector. All right, game two. Well, I like having Strip Mine, Fable, and Solitude in my opener, but obviously I can't keep that hand. Yeah, I mean, I've got to keep this hand. I'm going to put back Skull Clamp. I don't, it's not like I love Counterspell with no blue mana, but I also don't really think I can keep Skull Clamp. Let's just play Island, because I can just cycle Eagles of the North. I know it makes my Solitude worse, but... Oh, actually, let's see what's revealed. Is there Fallen Shinobi? Oh, Fallen Shinobi's here. Okay, so that means I'm a little bit more inclined to want to cycle, though. Actually, in retrospect, I should have just played Savai Triumph on turn one and just accepted I won't have Counterspell up. Or maybe, honestly, maybe it wasn't. I mean, obviously drawing top makes that a little more awkward. Maybe it wasn't too bad. If I drew Island, I'd just have Counterspell up. Otherwise, I wouldn't. It's not like I had too much to do on turn one. Yeah, because I'm still just gonna Solitude the Questing Beast here. Oh, that was, I guess, the wrong way to cast it because of a Noble Hierarch. I should have waited till. I mean, probably just both attack and then I take one less. Yeah, I'm taking an extra point of exalted damage here for no reason. Is my main issue. All right, well, so it goes. Let's play Fable. And, oh, Spire Bluff is nice too. I'm just playing Fable though. You can basically never wait on that. I mean, maybe Smasher's got Subtlety in hand, I don't know. But I'm not going to leave up Counterspell when I could just play a Fable. Like, yeah, you get one turn to resolve something. You've already done the Questing Beast. Fallen Shinobi's in the graveyard. Tireless Tracker, which I didn't really even know about, is in the graveyard too. I'll take another 2 off the Wayfinder here. And then I'll have Counterspell up, so let's see. I really hope... I kind of feel like Smasher has Subtlety, and was debating Subtletying the Solitude, but I guess you probably would Subtlety the Solitude there, so I don't know. So let's go draw... So Fable. Do I want to top now? I think I'm just going to discard 2 here. Discard Mountain, and I think discard Ponder. Oh, what a nice set here. Now I have Counterspell for Subtlety, and I can still cast Deduce. And I have extra mana from like the Goblin Shaman, so feels pretty good. Yeah, Counterspell you. Certainly not attacking into that unless I have something. And then now I've got Sensei's Top with a Shuffle if I want. I could cast Deduce first. This is kind of tricky. I guess it'll depend on how... What the hell is that? Oh, a 1 ring. You know what? I'm gonna crack this. I'll take the risk. I'm gonna get an Island just because of potential for finding Mana Drain, and I'm gonna spin here. So I didn't find Mana Drain, but I did find Kite Sail Larcenist, and the Kite Sail Larcenist is going to be decent here. I think I cast Deduce end of turn. I'm basically sacking a treasure for 2 mana, and because I have Deduce plus the Clue to crack, it feels like I have good ways to use my mana here. So I'm going to side in Hull Breacher if we go to game 3, which we're not. Let's see. Oh man, Kite Sail. Oh wait, no, I guess Kite Sail plus the reflection token actually isn't that crazy. Land. Kite Sail Larcenist. Kite Sail your One Ring. Do I want to Kite Sail my clue token to make it into a treasure so I can spin? No. That's fine. I think I will trade the Goblin Shaman for the Paradise Druid though, because getting another treasure again opens me up to the crack, Flooded Strand, spin top, look for treasure line, which I think is going to be pretty good. Okay, so they just have a treasure in play. They have 3 cards in hand. If they kill the Kite Sail Larcenist, obviously things get a little worse, and I'm not going to attack into Endurance probably. Oh, I don't like land. I mean, I like land in that's 2 non-spells. I'm worried if there's like an 8-drop coming or something. Like, why do we play the Mox? Okay, this is it. What is this play? Cryptic Command. Here, I'll let you pay the ward, I guess. Oh, does that do anything? Do I even want to spin the top looking for a counterspell? Well, I mean, it lets you draw 2 off 1 ring. Yeah, let's just look. I guess I can get planes here, though. Yeah, no, I can get planes. This is good. And then spin top. Othari, Spellqueller, Skull Clamp. Huh. I think what I do is I order it such that I draw Othari next. Kite Sail comes back to hand. Draw 2 off the 1 ring, so 3 total, which I don't like. It's scary. But I do get to go Kite Sail and then Reanimate Solitude. Okay. Well, that's a little annoying too. Okay, getting a little uncomfortable. I was really hoping, geez, another play into the Lazav? Wow. All right, well, this game looked like it was really good. I'm getting a little beaten down here. Let's go Kite Sail Larcenist on the 1 ring. And at this point, I kind of think the clue token can turn into a treasure. I think I'm more likely to want that. Pass the turn. So Lazav can exile... Oh man, it can exile a Fallen Shinobi? Wow, that was a 6 set of draws. All right. So... I guess I play Spellqueller and block the Fallen Shinobi. I think I'm actually going to sack the clue. Yeah, I'm losing now because now the 1 ring's back online. Well, I'm going to hope Othari does the thing. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I guess the 1 ring is maybe less of a concern because Smasher's drawing so many cards here. But that's not really something I feel very good about. I'll tell you that much. Hide in plain sight, sure. Yeah. All right. Well, we've got some good reasons to put in Hull Breacher. And we'll see what we can do here. I'm at 8. All right, let's draw Othari. Send in with both because I'm going to go up to 11, and this is 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. Yeah, all right. What are you going to do, right? And then this takes 7 down to 11. Ring down to 8. I mean, I assume I got to be dead here. Not much I can do about it. Flip up a troll. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, going to game 3. Okay, so if I want Hull Breacher in, which I do, I still like the balance. I still think I want the Skull Clamp, probably. Like, it feels like these games are pretty grindy. Cryptic Coat also seems good. Same with Spell Queller. I guess I could maybe cut Deduce. Yeah, I put in the Novice Inspector instead. I think that'll probably be fine. All right, let's go to game 3 here. Alrighty, I would like to play first. Any Ancestrals? No, but this is a very solid hand. Turn 1, get a Plains, play Thraben. Probably turn 2, do nothing. Or Emerald to 6. I mean, it depends. We'll see here, but I'm not worried about getting red. I have so many red sources. This deck has more red sources than it really needs. So I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble. I'm just going to strip mine that. This is one of those spots where us both taking a turn off sounds pretty good, especially since I'm even getting to use my mana. Send. Next turn, crack. Clue. No, cycle the Troll. Okay, that's not... I didn't think there was going to be a green 1-drop on the horizon. All right, so no blue mana for you at least. Oh, Reprieve too. Send. And if I can snipe a cantrip or something with this Hull Breacher, oof. What is the Satyr Wayfinder? Sure. Would we mill? Lazov and lands. All right. That was my Hallowed Fountain. Son of a... Larcenist is nice too. Let's just play the island. It's fine. I think I'm going to, especially with Parallax Wave in hand and the fact that I'm slamming a Hull Breacher end of turn, I think I'll be happy racing here. Okay, let's cast Hull Breacher. Draw. Land. I think I'm going to Skull Clamp the Thraben Inspector. Go ahead, trade with me. This game is just going to be a blowout, it looks like. Take 5 down to 12. Like, this is the kind of game where my opponent's got a basically 0% chance of beating a Parallax Wave. Reprieving Hide in Plain Sight. I mean, that card's a little annoying. That's actually fairly good against Parallax Wave. But I think we're still just fine here. Attack for 5. Chumping Hull Breacher, sure. Dig or do something else? I mean, I guess it's just going to be dig. I guess I'll just pass. I don't really need to, I think, play anything. Okay. And if I want, I can Parallax Wave like one of them. I also will probably just send with the Thraben Inspector anyway. No plays. Can't be that many plays for 1 black mana. So I think with the Marsh Flats, since I will just get... I don't really care about exiling my whole graveyard, so I'll probably just get this... I'll get Elegant Parlor, yeah, and then in response to the Surveil, I'm going to dig through time. That is going to be my plan here. Oh, Reanimate, sure. Reanimate Lazov. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right. End of turn. Let's crack Marsh Flats. Let's get Elegant Parlor, but in response, let's cast Dig Through Time. 1, 2, 3. And Lazov doesn't really have much. I guess it can look at the troll, huh? All right. Council's Judgment, Cryptic Coat, Memory Lapse. Interesting. I'm inclined to take Memory Lapse for sure. And I don't know between Cryptic Coat and Council's Judgment, because what is my next turn going to be? Is it 8? I can, first of all, I can attack with Raven Inspector and force them to give me 2 cards, or block by blocking with Lazov, or take 2, which is fine with me too. And then I can play Cryptic Coat, or I can just play Larcenist on Lazov. I kind of like Larcenist on Lazov. So let's take Cryptic Coat and Memory Lapse. And then let's put Council's Judgment, Ponder, and then now in the order. All right. Then I get to Surveil. This is not a Sensei's Divining Top game, I'm afraid. We don't got time for that. Oh, Fabled Mirror Breaker, also pretty good. I could also go Parallax Wave the Lazov and then attack with both. They trade with Hull Breacher. Go to 6. Is there a reason to trade Hull Breacher there? Not really. I kind of think just getting a Parallax Wave into play is probably pretty busted. Because it just makes... Yeah, this also means that next turn I could threaten to just wave both tokens and just pay 4. Parallax Wave your Lazov. Attack with Thraben Inspector. Going to 6 against a Parallax Wave has to be pretty scary too. And then I have some pretty good finishes. These are all kind of the same card. But yeah, it's just where we are. And then next turn, I mean, I basically get to kind of deploy these in a drip, but I don't think any of them are very easy to beat, and a Parallax Wave is going to be really hard to beat, so this feels like a pretty good spot. Skull Clamp on Thraben Inspector is kind of broken, not going to lie. You block with the 2/2 and give me 2 cards and we trade? Or you take 2, you go down to 6 life against Parallax Wave with 5 power in play. Those both seem dicey, so I feel pretty good about this one. All right, Smasher, I think, correctly bit the bullet and blocked. Endurance was the card. Oh, that means this is a real card. Like, if Endurance was the one you trade off, then this has to be like Questing Beast, maybe. Could be Fallen Shinobi, Reckoner Bankbuster. Sure. That does nothing with a Hull Breacher in play. And then that's the One Ring. Let's go. You know what? Sure. There's a Hull Breacher in play. The Hull Breacher stops that too. Like, what are you going to do? I can't attack this turn, but yeah, I don't really think I need to do it. Because I also even have a way to spend my mana, which is I'm going to Parallax Wave that and pay the 2. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? It is the Fallen Shinobi. All right. Well, this game's, I think, going to end before this Parallax Wave runs out. Because now, didn't really need that. Let's go Cryptic Coat and then leave up double Counterspell. Yeah, and then Parallax Wave goes down to 1. I attack for 6. Parallax Wave goes down to 0. I attack for a lot more than 6, probably. 2 cards in hand, and I have 2 Counterspells. We take those. We take those. I don't need to do anything. I'm not even going to do anything end of turn. Oh, what did I flip? Thundering Falls, sure. Draw. You gonna Subtlety on upkeep? Oh, Spell Queller 2? Why not? Why not? Can't accrue anything. And I have 7 mana and I have 4 blue, so I can go Memory Lapse, Counterspell, and Spell Queller. Yeah, I think we're doing just fine here. Okay, let's pass the turn. And yeah, Hull Breacher is such a messed up card. This has to be here, we'll memory lapse that. The reason I'm memory lapsing it is because it's like an extremely beatable card and uses tons of mana. In fact, can't even cast it because of mana confluence. Oh, savage. Truly savage. All right, well, you know what? I'm into it. And we had all our bases covered. I guess Beseiju would be the kind of card that could maybe beat us, which is another reason to even memory lapse. So there we go. A nice 2-0. And we're back to take a look at the deck because that is it. We don't get around 3. Max White Weenie deck was doing great, and Tom drew some mana crypts. So this deck, just a very good deck. It would be great for a 4-4, and it's great for a 3-3. It's just got like Ancestral plus Ponder for cantrips. Well, Ancestral's not a cantrip, it's just a card draw spell. 4 2-mana counters, which is awesome. A free spell in Solitude. Parallax Wave super powerful. The Malcolm is a little weak. The third pass Skull Clamp thing's a little dicey. It's got a Strip Mine, which is nice. Really good mana even without a blue-white duel. Cryptic Coat, Fable, like some really good 3s, and such a good Dig Through Time deck. So this deck was awesome. I really enjoyed playing it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, even if we just got the 2 rounds. As always, this video is brought to you by me, in fact. So I appreciate you hanging out, and you know what? I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. Thanks for watching. thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.